Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Black Ranger, which is the last of the main Rangers, and I'm guessing most people have lost interest at this point if they were only collecting the MMPR stuff. Hasbro started off really strong with this wave, or this line, and then they just kind of fell into mediocrity with these individual Ranger releases. They just haven't really been particularly good figures. Yeah, sure, we have extra accessories and their articulation is on paper pretty decent, but they just haven't been executed very well, like multicolored Pink Ranger and things like that let a lot of people down. Will this one drive home a nice, strong, finishing addition to the roster, or is it going to be more of the same? Let's go ahead and get it off the stand and find out. This guy stands just about 6 3/8 inches tall, which makes him pretty close to, let's say, 16 centimeters. They're all the same body. There's really nothing surprising here at all. I'm going to go over it anyway, but it's all the same figure. All of the Rangers have been in pretty much the same figure other than the helmets, which is why they should have been so much better. You're reusing almost every single part every single time. No excuse for cheaping out. But before we do that, question of the day. Which of the Mighty Morphin Black Rangers is the one that you like? It's the one that you consider the Black Ranger. For me, it's got to be Zach. It's got to be. The other guy, those other additional ones that they brought in later, nah, they don't count. All right, so this guy, aesthetically speaking, well, at least he's all black. Pink Ranger had multiple colors going on there. This is one of the more consistent releases. I'm pretty sure Red Ranger had different colors too, didn't he? Of course, this is black, so it's a lot easier to work with. But here's the thing, all the white on this guy looks like it's been through the wash a few dozen times. All of the white parts that are molded plastic are off-white. It looks pretty gross. Hopefully it's showing up on camera. This part's fairly white, but the gloves in particular, the hands and feet, and then the boots and the glove cuffs, and even this, they're dingy looking. So that's very, very disappointing. Paint is pretty clean though, and I'd say his helmet is probably one of the more accurate helmets. It's not perfect, but it's one of the better versions that we've seen, so that's pretty good. His belt appears to be missing a little bit of paint on there. Shouldn't there be red? Am I going nuts? Let me look, hang on. No, I guess he's not supposed to have red. According to the back of the box, there's no red. I don't remember. I thought they all had red around them, didn't they? Whatever, you guys can let me know. You guys probably know more than I do. I watched the show, I loved it as a kid. I'm not like a big Power Rangers buff type of person, so you guys can let me know. Alright, so aesthetically speaking, it's a 7 out of 10. The dingy white is just no good. It's no good. I've already accepted the fact that they have kind of long torsos and stumpy legs and that kind of thing. They were going for a more normal person type of look rather than superheroes. I get it. I understand it's not accurate to the show still. It's been this way from the beginning. That's why I don't mention it every single time. But the dingy clothes, that's not acceptable. So that's why he's only going to get a 7 out of 10. As far as accessories go, we have the helmeted head, and then we have an unhelmeted head, which is shockingly terrible. Like, I don't know who or what this is supposed to be. It doesn't look like the actor at all. It barely looks like a real person at all. The hair is terrible, the face is terrible. Like, the individual details on the face are okay, but it couldn't look less like the person it's supposed to look like. So that's awful. That's probably the worst one yet. As far as hands go, we have the 2 gripping hands and the 2 punchy hands. We have a blade blaster that's gun-shaped, which is nice. Then we have a blade blaster which has the little thingy sticking out. Still no neutral blade blaster. Why? Why? I know we've gotten it before. Why don't we have it? Every one of them should come with it. We also get his axe, of course, which does transform by sliding that one piece up and down from axe to gun. And to go with that, we have this blast, which looks a little bit like a gourd with something coming out of it. But we do have it. So accessory-wise, 6 out of 10. There's a bunch, kind of, but half of them suck. And we're missing things we should have. So, as usual, this line is disappointing. Very disappointing. At least the Lightning or Legacy line, the older one. Which one was it? Legacy. At least that knew what it wanted to be and did it. This Hasbro line knows that it just wants to make money as far as I'm concerned. Alright, as far as articulation goes, the head... Oh, shit. I can't move it. There we go. There we go. That sounded like it broke. I think it was just paint in there and it was cracking. So, okay, the head can go forward and back well enough. I'm not going to say it does it well, but it's... No, I guess it is. That's pretty good. He can look down. Looking up is not so much, but that's alright. Okay, that's good. It ended up moving up pretty well. Full rotation, of course. Just a touch of attitude. That's all right. Butterfly joint is in there, and I guess that's okay. I'd rather they spent the money not on a butterfly joint and on other things, but that is what it is. People seem to like those all of a sudden, like a lot. They used to hate them, whatever. Shoulders go all the way out to the side. Of course, we have our full rotation. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow, plenty of range. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Wrong kind of hinge for the gripping hands. Diaphragm joint is acceptable. It leans back pretty well, doesn't go forward at all. Side to side is fine. Rotation is fine. Reverse ab crunch works really well if you really want to lean him back or forward. And then that's it. You can't lean him to the side really because the ab crunch doesn't have a waist twist with it, and that is not a good joint. All right, it's very, very specifically useful. For the hips, we can bring the legs out not quite horizontal, which seems like you should be able to do with a Power Ranger that has basically nothing to encumber them, so that's kind of a bummer. Out to the side, better than 45. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee works okay. Boot swivel is stuck on mine, but you have it and it's fine normally. Feet can go all the way back and not very far forward at all, and you get a decent ankle rocker. So articulation on this guy gets a 7 out of 10. Hips are limited, ankles are limited. Having the ab crunch built in that way is not great. The diaphragm joint isn't good enough to compensate. It's just another average figure. Like, if you're not into Power Rangers seriously, there's no reason to even look at these figures. They're not impressive. They're just like for Power Rangers because there's a fairly limited selection out there. These are alright, but that's kind of it. Maybe Hasbro's doing it because they know that. And now it's time for the final verdict. Aesthetically, it's not really what it should be. It has dingy clothes, and even though the helmet's better, it's still not right, and the bodies are still weird. Accessory-wise, we have a lot, but some of them suck, and we're missing things we should have. Articulation-wise, it's just not... There's nothing impressive about these figures, other than Hasbro got the Power Rangers license. That's the most impressive thing about this line. So, I'll give it a final verdict of a super generous 7. If you're really into Power Rangers, you'll be okay with it at a 7. But really, it deserves a 6. That's what I'm going to go with. Alright, you guys can let me know how you feel about this line. I know most of you have already told me you about the same as me, in that the line started off so strong and promising, and then you felt very deflated and disappointed as it continued to get worse and worse. But if you feel different, then let me know. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, you already watched it, so haha. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day, and thousands are already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.